If you went grocery shopping in America last week, you might have noticed something missing from the shelves. And it's all because of decisions made 2,000 miles north of the border. Today I'm revealing the top 10 foods that Canada just blocked from entering the United States in 2025. And trust me, number 5 has already disappeared from American stores, leaving millions of consumers scrambling for alternatives. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why these bans happened, how they're affecting your daily life, and what this means for the future of North American food trade. Welcome to Food Fixer, where we uncover the hidden stories behind what's on your plate. If you're ready to discover the shocking truth about these food bans, smash that like button and subscribe for more eye-opening food industry secrets. 2025 has become the year of unprecedented food restrictions, and nobody saw this trade war coming. What started as routine food, these aren't random restrictions. Canada specifically targeted foods that they claim contain ingredients, additives, or processing methods that violate their updated 2025 food safety standards. The ripple effects are already being felt across American supply chains, grocery stores, and dinner tables nationwide. Let's start with number 10. Red Dye 40 breakfast cereals. Canada's new policy completely bans any cereal containing red dye 40, citing new research linking the artificial coloring to hyperactivity in children and potential carcinogenic properties. Major American cereal brands like Fruit Loops, Lucky Charms, and Trix are now completely banned from crossing the Canadian border. What's shocking is that these same cereals have been reformulated in Europe for years without the controversial dye, but American manufacturers refuse to change their formulas until now. Number 9 brings us to high-fructose corn syrup sodas. Canada implemented a complete ban on any beverages containing more than 15 grams of high-fructose corn syrup per serving. This immediately eliminated most American soft drinks, including Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and Mountain Dew, in their original formulations. Canadian health officials cited the 2025 diabetes epidemic and new studies showing HFCS causes more severe metabolic damage than regular sugar. American beverage companies are now scrambling to create Canadian formulas using cane sugar instead. Number 8 is perhaps the most surprising. American wheat products treated with glyphosate. Canada's new agricultural standards require all imported wheat products to test below 0.1 parts per million of glyphosate residue, a level that 78% of American wheat products fail to meet. This ban affects everything from Wonder Bread to Pillsbury flour. The chemical, commonly used as a pre-harvest desiccant in American farming, has been linked to potential cancer risks in recent studies that Canadian regulators found compelling enough to act on. Number 7 shocked millions of snack lovers across North America. Cheetos and similar cheese puffs containing artificial cheese powder. Canada banned these products after discovering that the artificial cheese flavoring contains a compound called diacetyl, which has been linked to serious lung disease in factory workers. What makes this ban particularly devastating is that Cheetos were one of the most popular cross-border snack trades, with Canadian tourists regularly bringing back bags from American shopping trips. Moving into the more impactful bans, number 6 targets energy drinks with synthetic caffeine levels above 180 milligrams per serving. This ban eliminated popular American brands like Bang Energy, Reign, and certain Monster Energy formulations. Canadian health authorities cited rising emergency room visits from caffeine overdoses, particularly among teenagers. The ban came after a 16-year-old in Toronto was hospitalized with cardiac arrhythmia after consuming American energy drinks during a cross-border school trip. Here's where things get really serious. Number 5. The food that's already missing from American shelves. Processed lunch meats containing sodium nitrite preservatives are now completely banned from entering Canada. This includes popular brands like Oscar Mayer bologna, Hormel ham, and most American deli meats. What makes this ban so impactful is that many American grocery chains, particularly in border states, relied heavily on Canadian distribution networks. When Canada blocked these products, it created a cascade effect that disrupted supply chains throughout the northern United States. The shortage hit so fast that grocery stores in states like Washington, Maine, and Minnesota reported empty deli sections within 72 hours. Consumers are now paying 40% more for nitrite-free alternatives, and many restaurants have had to completely revamp their sandwich menus. The ban stems from new research linking sodium nitrite to increase colorectal cancer risks, research that Canadian health officials found convincing enough to act immediately. Number 4 addresses what Canada calls the dairy disaster. American milk products from cows treated with recombinant bovine growth hormone, or RBGH. Canada has banned all dairy imports from farms using this synthetic hormone, which is still widely used in American dairy operations to increase milk production. Canadian officials cited concerns about antibiotic resistance and potential hormone disruption in consumers, particularly children. This ban has been devastating for American dairy farmers near the Canadian border, who previously sold a significant portion of their milk to Canadian processors. The economic impact extends beyond just milk. It affects cheese, yogurt, ice cream, and any processed foods containing American dairy ingredients. Number 3 brings us to the processed meat controversy that sparked international debate. Canadian authorities have banned American bacon, sausages, and hot dogs that contain more than 6 different preservatives in a single product. The policy specifically targets what they call chemical cocktail effects, the unknown interactions between multiple preservatives that haven't been adequately studied. Popular American brands like Jimmy Dean sausages and Ballpark Franks are now completely blocked at the border. The restaurant industry has been hit particularly hard by this ban. Major Canadian chains that previously imported American processed meats for consistency across North American locations are now forced to source from different suppliers, leading to menu changes and increased costs that are being passed on to consumers. Number 2 surprised everyone in the food industry. American wheat flour treated with potassium bromate, a dough conditioner that's been banned in Europe for decades but is still widely used in American commercial baking. Canada's ban affects not just flour itself, but any baked goods, crackers, or processed foods containing bromated flour. This includes many popular American bread brands, crackers, and even some pizza dough. What makes this ban particularly impactful is that potassium bromate is used in roughly 60% of American commercial flour production. Canadian health officials cited studies showing the chemical can cause kidney damage and may be carcinogenic. American baking companies are now rushing to reformulate their products without bromate, a process that can significantly change texture and shelf life. And now, the number 1 most shocking food ban of 2025. American chicken products treated with chlorine dioxide washes. Canada has completely banned all American poultry that has undergone chlorine washing, a standard practice in American processing plants to kill bacteria. This ban affects virtually all American chicken, turkey, and poultry products, representing the single largest food trade disruption in North American history. Canadian officials argue that chlorine washing masks poor sanitary conditions in American processing plants and creates chlorinated byproducts that may be harmful to human health. They're demanding that American producers meet European-style processing standards that focus on preventing contamination, rather than washing it away with chemicals. The economic implications are staggering. American poultry exports to Canada were worth over $2.8 billion annually. Major producers like Tyson Foods and Purdue Farms are now investing hundreds of millions of dollars to build separate, Canadian-compliant processing facilities. Some companies are threatening to exit the Canadian market entirely rather than meet the new standards. This ban could reshape North American eating habits forever. It's forcing American food producers to confront the reality that their processing methods, long accepted domestically, are increasingly viewed as substandard by international partners. The political implications are equally significant, with trade negotiations now focusing heavily on food safety standards, rather than just tariffs and quotas. So what happens next? Canadian officials have indicated these bans are permanent, unless American producers can demonstrate compliance with their new standards. Some American companies are already reformulating products specifically for the Canadian market, while others are challenging the bans through international trade courts. For American consumers, this means gradual changes to familiar products as companies decide whether to maintain separate formulations or reformulate everything to meet the highest international standards. The long-term impact on American food culture could be profound. We might finally see the elimination of controversial additives and processing methods that have been standard practice for decades. The bigger question is whether other countries will follow Canada's lead. If Mexico, the European Union, or Asian markets implement similar bans, American food companies may have no choice but to completely overhaul their production methods. What do you think about these bans? Are they necessary health protections or unfair trade barriers? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to stay updated on how these food wars develop, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching Food Fixer, and I'll see you in the next video, where we'll explore how American companies are fighting back against these unprecedented restrictions.